Hi, welcome to King Motors. You've clicked the link to our 2016 Nissan Qashqai Tekna 1.5 DCI, Tekna being the highest possible spec in them. I'm going to take you out for a drive now in the car and show you buttons and features and functions, all that kind of stuff, what they're about, what makes them really good sellers, that kind of stuff for us. Like, we've specialised in these things for 6 years, I think, so we're well into 1,300 units of them at this stage. Like, we know them inside out. Anyway, I'm just going to put a link in the video's description should you find it on YouTube or something, where you can click the link and take you directly to the ad. While you're there, don't forget to subscribe. And finally, I just want to put the price here as to what you can finance the car for through us, should you choose to. Here we are out driving the Qashqai, and as I said in the intro, it's the Tekna spec, so it kind of comes with everything. There isn't really anything else you can add to this car in the spec list when you're buying it new. So it really is it's a well sort of spec little machine. We've obviously got the big roof, but then we have 360 cameras, we have sat nav, and the best thing you can have in these cars now, because these will mostly be family cars, I'm sure, you have full Bluetooth phone connectivity, which is just a godsend. That allows you to play YouTube or any of that kind of stuff through the background. So any little people screaming at you to hear a specific song, you just put it on and it's done, you know. So it's great in that sense, certainly for me. Then on to what they actually do. What is a Qashqai? What's their USP? And I've always found in my experience of these things, the main thing about these cars is they're a big, tall car. So you get the same sort of driving position as you would from the likes of a big Jeep, without any of the compromises of a big Jeep. And what I mean by that is, you get to sit up nice and high, so you get this lovely vantage point over the road, so you get to see ahead of the traffic. And for me, I love that, because I don't like being, I'd get quite anxious behind like a van on the M50 or something. I just don't like it. I like being able to see a few cars ahead and kind of gauge what's going on the road, so it sort of takes that away, which is lovely. But it does all that without the compromise, as I say, of the 4x4s. So a proper 4x4 is a heavy thing, and it doesn't drive like a car. What it does, it's quite top heavy, and it carries around an awful lot of extra weight to make the 4x4 systems work, which is very inefficient in terms of fuel, but it makes them drive in quite an agricultural way. So they're top heavy and they're wallowy and all that stuff, and you must change the way you drive a car. You know, your style has to change to accommodate it. No fast corners, or they're just they're a bit compromised, where this just drives like a car, feels like a car, behaves like a car. You would easily step out of your normal car into this. Like, there would be very little learning curve attached to this. You wouldn't have to change anything in how you generally do stuff. So that's always a nice touch about them. But then we find the fuel consumption on them is fantastic. Like, it's really, really good. I've always found when I've driven one that I'm getting in the mid-50s. No matter where I go. I could go home via town, or I could go home via the motorway. It always stays in or around 53, 54 mpg in the city, you know, being relatively hard on it. So it's fantastic for that sort of stuff. So they're just a lovely car. We found them very reliable too. We're easily into 1,300 units of these. We would have specialised in these for 6 years, and they sold like hotcakes. So we never, you know, they're in and out. So we find them very good in that sense. Like, we've never had any great problems with them or any of that kind of stuff. So generally very reliable, very easily fixed any kind of stuff that comes on with them, because again, I suppose we know them so well. But for us, they've been very good to us, and on account of that, I like them very much. They're a great little car. But yeah, that's kind of it really about the car. I'll move on from the car and onto us quickly in these kind of odd times where it's distance selling almost. We were one of the very first ever second-hand dealers to become an SIMI registered garage, and now we're an AA approved dealer, which is the big feather in our cap, in my opinion. The AA approval allows us to offer up to 2 years of AA approved warranty with the car, 101 point pre-sale checkpoint, but the AA are very brand protective, so I think it speaks volumes about us and the type of business we run and who we are. So, you know, they won't just get in bed with anyone. You're not going to find anyone being able to offer AA warranty. So that's kind of a big thing in our cap. The other thing then, we've 50 plus 5-star Google reviews, so we're doing something right, and we really do try our best. So that's kind of it. I just want to say, if we missed anything in the video or anything, you just want to call us and pick our brain, feel free to do that. We'll happily have a chat with you and, you know, run you through stuff. But other than that, I just want to say thanks for watching the video. We appreciate you taking the time to do it. Hopefully it made your decision to come and see us easier. It showed you the type of people we are and what the car is really like, and that's kind of it. So yeah, with that all in mind, I'm going to say goodbye, and hopefully we get to see you soon.